Hi everybody, welcome back to Beccas by the Bay. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a gluten-free bread that's super easy for your family. This just came out of the oven and I have a bunch of little buns. I did half a batch so that I could show you guys how to make the other batch, but here's the batch of bread that I have. This is what we make pretty much every week here. And I'm just going to get a knife. I'll show you guys. I'm just going to cut into it. It's still really, really warm. I usually wait a little bit longer to cut into it. It's super hot. As you can see, all the steam rising. But look at that beautiful bread. So, yep, these make great sandwiches. We only maybe eat like half or one a day. So, I'm going to show you what you need. You're going to need a gluten-free flour mixture. Whatever works for you. This is actually, today I have a millet and almond mixture. I use some pink salt. It's not very much. That much in your cup. Just kind of probably a half to 3/4 teaspoon for the whole batch. So I'm going to just be making, it would be 1 loaf of bread, or this makes 6 buns. This is by Nordic Ware, and it's a really good mini pie tin. I think Amazon or eBay has it. It's kind of pricey, but it makes the perfect size buns that you can freeze or refrigerate afterwards and not have to worry about slicing the perfect bread. And it travels easier when you make sandwiches and things like that way. It is a ceramic, so I use pure olive oil for it. You can use whatever. Normally you don't spray non-stick pans, I guess. This is technically a different type of non-stick because it's a ceramic baked one. But I will spray it with the olive oil. You can put sustainable palm in there, or lard, or whatever kind of greaser thing, because otherwise they will stick. So this is about 2 cups of flour, and I normally use xanthan gum. So if you guys know where I can get xanthan gum cheaper, I took a trip to Naturals Grocers today and we got Ware gum for $6.19. The xanthan that they have was like $12, which is a little pricey right now for our budget. So I went with this. You're going to need some kind of a binder. Maybe if you don't use this, you could use like a flaxseed egg. Okay, so we've got our flour. I put about a little over a teaspoon of this in, and about a little less than a half a teaspoon of pink salt. And you also need yeast. This is my Red Star Active Dry Yeast. This is not the quick rise yeast. You want something that's going to take 30 minutes or longer to rise. So this is a little bit, you're going to have to wait for bread. That's all there is to it. So I do 1 teaspoon, since this is a half a batch. And to help your yeast rise, I don't activate it with water and sugar separately because I find it rises better just to do the whole thing this way. I've done it many ways over the years. We've been doing it for like 15 plus years. I'm going to use local raw honey, and I'm just going to do about a teaspoon. And then I've got 1 cup of filtered Berkey water. Use whatever filtered spring water you have. This is the organic apple cider vinegar with the mother. I get that from Walmart. And you just need a little bit, just like a small capful. And what that does is it helps this rise, and it also helps with softening the dough so that you have this spongy, soft bread. So it acts as a dough softener. And then normally I add 3 eggs to my recipe, and I have half an egg from the first batch. Add that in. These are free range eggs from our chickens. Use whatever eggs you want to use. I do like the free range eggs, they taste better. All right, so you've got your eggs and your water, and one more thing. You can add whatever oil you have on hand. You do need some kind of fat for this. This is just the classic ATV olive oil. That's what I have on hand right now. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon or so. Doesn't have to be super exact. And then I just stir it up with my fork. My mixture's on the fritz anyway, so this is a super easy recipe. And then that's it. You just mix that up separately, and then I just mix this in like that. And this is a no-knead bread. So as you see, it's super liquidy right now, but that all gets absorbed as the flours absorb the liquid. And I've worked with several different flours. I've used tapioca, I've used rice, I've used brown rice, I've used, you name it, every kind of flour that they said to try gluten-free. I have tried every combination, and the best substitutions I've made available on my recipe. We are, my husband and I are B blood types, so this recipe is geared towards B blood types because millet is neutral for all the blood types, and almond flour is a beneficial for B blood types. So what you're looking for is like a thick kind of cake batter recipe. Like when you're stirring it, if you need more, if it's a little too dry, you can add a little bit more water, but you want it to be thick like that. And that's it. And then you just take your tray, ration it out to each little one. I love this because you don't have to be super specific about, oh, I've had so many breads that didn't rise, didn't turn out right. Once everybody started cutting into it, they just massacred our bread, and it was like, y'all, we could have had nice bread slices that tasted amazing, and they just hacked it all up. So I searched high and low because I was using I think cheesecake pans, and then the mini cheesecake pans, and then the mini pie bun pans, but then you're washing out and trying to place in all those individual pans into your oven. It's not efficient. So I know they stopped making this pan, but they are still available, I think, on eBay somehow. But I had talked to Nordic Ware, and they have stopped producing this. So if you grab yourself some pans, grab 2 of them, because you're going to want to make at least probably 12 buns at a time. If you want to do 6, you can do 6. But the kids will, once I have these and they come home, and they'll make like a burger, and we'll just eat them all up. You can make mini pizzas out of them. Kind of like an English muffin. Remember those days? I remember those days. My brother used to, and I used to tear into those English muffin packages that my mom would get, and we'd make mini pizzas. And she's like, "Those were for the weekend. We were gonna make egg McMuffin sandwiches." And we're like, "Can we get more?" And she's like, "No." So we loved mini pizzas because we didn't buy a lot of prepackaged goods when I was growing up. My mom did a lot of baking from scratch, and we have celiacs, come to find out. And so when we went gluten free, it was really hard to find a bread that we liked, that stayed together, that didn't cost a fortune. And so that is it. These will just go in the oven with the light on. And it's kind of warm right now, so I'm just going to probably leave these out on top here because it's warm. And they'll rise for 30 to 45 minutes. And then you want to pop them in your oven. You want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. And then pop them in the oven for about 18 minutes. Perfect. Here. Try timing them for 15 and see if you need to let them go a little bit longer, up to 20 or 16. Everybody's oven is a little bit different, I noticed, and we are super close to, we're below sea level. So it really only takes about 18 minutes for us to make bread once these have risen. So there's no kneading, there's no double rising, there's no punching the dough down. That was our super quick, easy recipe. It will be down below in the links to the Etsy shop as an instant download. If anybody has questions about the recipe, I'm more than happy to help you with specific flours that you're working with. I know there's different flours that everyone works with, and they all have a different texture when you're working with them. So sometimes some need a little bit more liquid, some need less. But you definitely have to have something to bind it together. If it's not guar gum, it's xanthan, Xanthan, xanthan or xanthan gum. And flaxseed would work really good. If you got flaxseed, get it fresh and then grind it in like a little coffee grinder and add a little water to that probably, and that would help be a binder. You just have to have some kind of, you can try making them without, but I don't know how it would come out. So these have quite a bit of almond flour in it, and they're crispy, just kind of nice. If you use more of some of the other flours, it'll be lighter in color and more soft. Rice flour makes a softer texture, lighter colored bread. That's about it for today. So thanks for stopping in today, hanging out with us at our homestead here while we're making some bread for the week. If you like this video and found it helpful, or if you have any questions or comments, put them below and I will answer them afterwards. Give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, share, hit the little notifications bell so you know when a new video is going up. I'm trying to do some more, at least once a week or more. Getting some new gardening videos and things like that up. We also make handmade soap here. So that's it for today. You guys have a beautiful day. Signing off. Bye.